Hari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajacharya Stottar Sadasri Srimad Charanarvinda. His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Skan BBD Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Aturjayad Mudiraye Nashtabrayestu Avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistuke Yam Syanubhavam Akhilam Srutisaramekam Adhyatma Deepamatithir Satam Tamundam Samsarina Karunaya Purana Guyam Ambyasa Sonamupayami Gurur Muninam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of Fourth Order, Chapter 22, Text number 25, Prithu Maharaj's meeting with the Kumaras. So listening Bhagavatam, discussion every morning is taking like a pill for each day, a pill for different ailment, different illness. For our karma, from our krodha, from our lova, for our dirty mind, for our ego, we are taking this nectar, the pill in the form of beautiful Bhagavatam, and hearing from the commentaries from realized soul like Srila Prabhupada, will ultimately destroy all the anarthas that are accumulated in our heart. And those anarthas are making the knot of our heart very tight and very complex, entangled with so many knots. So one after another, they are slowly untied, and then they are free from doisa, icha, doisa, everything. So this is beautiful sloka here. Harer mohostat parakarana pura. Harer mohostat parakarana pura. Guna vidhanena vijrimbhamanaya. Bhaktya yasanga sadasatyanatmani. Syanir brahmani chanjasarati. Harir mohostat parakarna pura. Guna vidhanena vijrimbhamanaya. Bhaktya yasanga sadasatyanatmani. Syanir brahmani chanjasarati. Harir mohostat parakarna pura. Guna vidhanena vijrimbhamanaya. Bhaktya yasanga sadasatyanatmani. Syanir brahmani chanjasarati.
Hare Mustat Parakarna Pura.
Hare mohostat parakarna pura.
Guna Viranena Vijrimbhamanaya.
Guna vidhanena vijrimbhamanaya.
Bhaktyaya Sangha Sarasajnanatmani.
Bhaktya yasanga sadasatyanatmani.
Syanir Gune Brahmani Chandrasarati.
Syanir brahmani chanjasarasi. Hare mohostam parakarna pura. Guna vidhanena vijrimbhamanaya. Bhaktya yasanga sadasatyanatmani. Syanir brahmani chanjasarati.
Harer Mustat Parakarna Pura.
Hare Mustat Parakarna Pura.
Vidhanena Vijrimbhamanaya.
Guna vidhanena vijrimbhamanaya.
Bhaktya Sangha Sarasatyanatmani.
Bhaktya yasanga sadasatyanatmani.
Syanir Gune Brahmani Chandrasarati.
Syanir brahmani chanjasarati.
Hare mohostat parakarna pura.
Hare mohostat parakarna pura.
Vidhanena vijrimbhamanaya.
Guna vidhanena vijrimbhamanaya.
Bhaktya yasanga sadasatyanatmani.
Bhaktya yasanga sadasatyanatmani.
Brahmani chandrasarati.
Susvani gune brahmani chanjasarati. Hare of the spiritual supreme personality of Godhead.
Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Muhu constantly. Tat para in relation with the supreme personality of Godhead. Karana pura, decoration of the ear. Guna avidhanena, discussing transcendental qualities. Vijrimbhamanaya, by increasing Krishna consciousness. Bhaktya, by devotion. He certainly Asangaha, uncontaminated. Sat asati,
Asati,
the material world. Anatmani,
Atmani,
opposed to spiritual understanding.
spiritual understanding.
Syat,
Yat,
should be. Nirgune, in transcendence. Brahmani,
Brahmani,
in the supreme Lord.
Supreme Lord.
Cha, and. Anjasa, easily. Ratihi,
Rati,
attraction. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The devotion should gradually increase the culture of devotional service by constant hearing of the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These pastimes are like ornamental decorations on the ears of devotees. By rendering devotional service and transcending the material qualities, one can easily be fixed in transcendence in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Please repeat. The devotees should gradually increase the culture of devotional service
the devotee should gradually increase the culture of devotional service
by constant hearing of the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
by constant hearing of the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
These pastimes are like ornamental decorations
These pastimes are like ornamental decorations
on the ears of devotees.
on the ears of devotees.
By rendering devotional service
By rendering devotional service
and transcending the material qualities,
and transcending the material qualities,
one can easily be fixed in transcendence
one can easily be fixed in transcendence.
in the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Purport. This verse is specially mentioned to substantiate the devotional process of hearing the subject matter. A devotee does not like to hear anything other than subjects dealing with spiritual activities or the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of God. We can increase our propensity for devotional service by hearing Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam from realized soul. The more we hear from realized souls, the more we make advancement in our devotional life. The more we advance in devotional life, the more we become detached from the material world. The more we become detached from the material world and advised by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the more we increase in attachment for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, a devotee who actually wants to make progress in devotional service and go back home, back to Godhead, must lose interest in sense enjoyment and associating with persons who are after money and sense gratification. This is the advice of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nishkinchanasya bhagavat bhajanon mukhasya param param jigamishor bhava sagarasya Sandarsanam Visayinam Atha Yashitam Che Ahanta Hanta Visabhak Sarato Ya Asadhu Pyasadu. It was from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhila 11:8. The word Brahmani used in this verse is commented upon by the impersonalist or professional reciters of Bhagavatam, who are mainly advocates of the caste system of demoniac birthright. They say that Brahmani means the impersonal Brahman, but they cannot conclude this with reference to the context of the words Bhaktya and Gunavidhanena. According to the impersonalist, there are no transcendental qualities in the impersonal Brahman. Therefore, we should understand that Brahman means in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as admitted by Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, whatever the word Brahmani is used, whenever or wherever the word Brahmani is used, it must refer to Krishna, not to the impersonal Brahman effulgence. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti, Sabdyate, Bhagavatam 1 to 11. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan can all be taken in total as Brahman. But when there is a reference to the word bhakti or remembrance of the transcendental qualities, this indicates the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not the impersonal Brahman. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalan Sri Guru Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopi Sagopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vriksha Kripa Sindho Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Devotees decorate their ear with beautiful pastime and qualities of the Lord, meaning they are eager to hear at all time. Eagerness, laulyam in Sanskrit, the term is said as laulyam. The impersonalist yogis, they simply focused on Atma Samyamya, like controlling the mind, focusing their attention to some kind of light or impersonal, the localized feature of the soul, Paramatma, the Supreme Soul. And they do not believe in service to the Lord. Just like devotees are engaged, they wake up in the morning, come to the temple, wake up the deity, offer Mangal Bhoga to the deity, offer the arati, and chant the glories, Kirtan, Bhajan, Pravachan, discussion. After this, go outside preaching, talking about Krishna to other people, sharing the knowledge to other people, come back, take prasadam, enjoy. This way, by engaging in the devotional service, they do not give extra attention to control the mind. Whereas yogis simply focused on how can I control my mind and then study and become a scholar and self-content and just remain like this. and see the Lord as a light. You see the difference between devotees and yogis? They do not have service propensity. Why? Because they do not believe that the Supreme Lord has any transcendental qualities. Is inert. So devotees will not get pleasure in such kind of activities. They like to have personal exchange with the Supreme Lord. Devotees are not satisfied just simply seeing the Lord within their heart. Prahlad Maharaj was completely unsatisfied when Kumaras, Chatur Kumaras were telling him that, Prahlad, you have seen the Lord within your heart. What is the need of you seeing the Lord outside? No, I am not satisfied simply seeing the Lord within my heart. I want to see him in person in front of my eyes. I want to do spursa, touch my Lord and have that personal relationship, association. That only satisfies me. And Chatur Kumar, they could understand the level of Prahlad Maharaj and they blessed him. And the Lord personally appeared before him. Bhagavad Gita 9:22 says that Ananyas Chintayantu Mam Yajna Pariupasati. Ananya, Anya means others. Anya means without anybody else. Only me. Chinta. Chintayantu Mam means Chinta, the word Chinta means oris. Right? Same in Nepali, same in Sanskrit. Chinta. We become worried about the Lord when we have love of God. Just like a mother. When a child is away from mother, what happened to mother? She is very worried. Not what my child is doing, where is he at now, is he eating enough or not, does he have money or not. So that gives worry to the mother. Those who have kids, they can understand personally. So in the same way, we also worried about the Lord. Why do we worry? Does Krishna need our personal care and attention? Devotees worry because they have a fear of losing Krishna from their life. Huh? Devotees, they have a great fear in their mind. If I lose this association of devotees, if I lose to practice this Krishna consciousness, if I have to be again go back to Maya, that is a great fear in devotees' mind. And they always think Krishna in that way. My dear Lord, always keep me in your prayer, under your shelter. Please kindly place me, give me shelter at your lotus feet. This is the real understanding. This is how Krishna says, Chintayantu Mam. Oh, think about me. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. Sama, devotees are always equal. Not sama means they are not too much excited in happiness. When they are like extremely happy, they are not too excited. And when they are sad, when they are distressed, they will not disturb. So our Acharyas has explained that why devotees become equal in happiness and distress. What are the symptoms? Like material people, if something little thing happened to them, they blame Krishna and devotees and they stop coming to the temple. Oh, this temple is not good for me. These people are not good. They are not practicing. They are not real devotees and so many things. Complaining all the time. The mentality of a Kanishta devotees. Too many complain. When you hear from devotees, too many complain all the time, like 24 hours. this, understand that devotee is the Prakrita Bhakta. He has to do a lot. So when we are extremely happy, we will not give up the service of the Lord. Materialist people, when they are too much, they become successful, they have everything they want. Why do I need to go to the temple? What is the point? I do have everything. I have a job, I have money, I have a family, I have a car. So I'm not distressed. But devotee will not give up their service at the time of happiness. They will not forget to remember Krishna. And when they are distressed, they see Krishna everywhere. It doesn't mean that we are not suffering in this world. We do not have like sentiment. If somebody passed away in the family, it doesn't mean that we do not care. We are like, no, we don't care. What happened? Oh, he died. Oh, no problem. No, we do have feeling. We do cry. We do feel sad. But even that moment, we do not give up the service. This is what it means. Samasarva. Sukha dukhayo. In happiness and distress, we are equal. We continue our service. And when you are extremely happy, we still remember Krishna. When something bad happens, we see Krishna everywhere. Because ultimately, the primary cause, behind the primary cause, there is Krishna. If somebody slapped me in the temple, it's not Krishna slapping me. But Krishna is causing somebody to slap me, to give me a lesson, to teach me some lesson. So Krishna is always behind the cause. That is why it is called Sarva Karana Karanam, the cause of all cause, not the direct cause. So when we do have this understanding and we engage in devotional service, this is when Tushyanti Charaman, that is why satisfies our soul. Tushti means to satisfy. Those who are simply controlling their mind, meditating on in Nirbikar, Brahman, they are not completely satisfied. There's something lacking there. When they fail in achieving the supreme by their dry process, they turn into a social worker, big philanthropic personalities, big philosophers. Manav Seva is Madhava Seva. All kind of things come up when impersonalists fail in achieving the Supreme Lord. But devotees of Krishna are very chatur, very smart, very expert. They carefully engage in the service of the Lord. And when we chant the name, then Krishna becomes very happy, pleased. Just like if I say, Kirtaneswar is very good man, very good brahmachari, he is very always active, always happy, goes out for preaching. If I glorify him all the time, he becomes very happy. Is it not? But Krishna is also happy when we take his name. It's not the same reason he becomes happy. There is another reason Krishna becomes happy when we chant his name. Like in the material world, I'm just giving an example. But if outsider, like he's a devotee, is in both cases equal. But outsiders who sometimes visit us and say, "Oh wow, Mr. Jem, you are such a great personality. Wow!" They become very, yes, thank you. But when we chant the holy name, Krishna becomes happy. Why? Who could give some answers? Why is Krishna happy when we chant his name?
Because we are purifying ourselves and getting closer.
Oh my God, that was the exact point that I was thinking. It's not my point, not your point, but our acharyas have focused on this thing. What else why Krishna is happy when we chant holy name?
Krishna is happy when we chant the holy name with love and devotion, but offensive chanting is not the same. But we have to chant without offenses. He's happy when we pure chanting, even Nalabasi is somewhat pleased, but he's not pleased with operatic chanting.
Very good. Another point. That is also one of my point. What else? Why Krishna is Krishna just happy simply because we glorify him? Just like a materialist? The reason Krishna become happy with pure devotees, chanting Hare Krishna means consider like take whoever chant is a pure devotee, just consider as a pure devotee. Krishna want to hear from his devotees. Without his pure devotees, Krishna don't feel complete. And when we chant Hare Krishna, Hare, who is Hare? So, who Krishna loves most among all the devotees? Radharani. So when we chant purely Hare Krishna, Krishna immediately wake up. Just like Hanuman, when he hear the name of Lord Ram, not even complete word Ram. If somebody just say Ra before you say Ma, Hanuman is immediately attracted to that. In the same way, Sri Krishna, the Supreme Lord, when he hears devotees chanting his name, he thinks, wow, my pure devotees are calling me. Yeah, offenseless chanting is important, focused. Even though we chant with offense, with namavas in the beginning stage, but if you are sincere enough, then Krishna will pay attention. And he is happy. Somebody is taking. Actually, he is taking your association. That is the reason he become happy. The another philosophical reason is that Krishna is thinking, wow, this soul is being purified by taking my name. And it's coming out from illusion. It's coming out from birth, old age, disease, and death. The soul is getting a lot of benefit by chanting my name. And he is going to stop this cycle of birth and death. Just like Murari Mataji said. We're getting purified and we returning back home, back to God. That gives him a great pleasure. That is why when we sincerely chant the holy name, Krishna becomes very happy. There was a great spiritual person called Astavakra. Have you heard the name? Astavakra. In the Treta Yuga time, when Lord Dasarath was on the earth. Astavakra was very expert in the knowledge, but his body was bent in eight places. Curved, right? Yeah. Like this. Very physically looking, not so attractive. Janak, not Dasarath, yeah. Janak Maharaj. Thank you. Dasarath is Ayodhya, right? Ayodhya king, Awadh king. And Astavakra, because of his knowledge and because of his love for Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, he had many disciples. But among all the disciples, King Janak was very loving disciple of Astavakra. But other disciples would envy of that. Our Guru Maharaj only loves Janak Maharaj, doesn't love too much to us. Maybe it is because Janak Maharaj is a king, he has a lot of money, he can offer him nice dakshina, nice donation. That may be the reason he loves him much, because we are poor, we don't have nothing. Astavakra had nothing to do with somebody's rich. He was renounced, completely detached. His only concern was hearing and discussing about the Lord. And he would be happy to those who have the same mood and feeling for Lord Ramchandra. So Janak Maharaj was such a great devotee, even though he was a king. That's called the Raja Rishi. Mahajan. Rishi means what? Scientist in Sanskrit. Rik means to see. To see means what? To research. Muni means philosopher. Narada Muni. Why is Narada Muni is philosopher? Narada Muni is a rishi and philosopher as well, because he wrote Narada Bhakti Sutra. He gave the philosophy of bhakti. Brahma Rishi, Raja Rishi, Muni. These are different. These ancient saints were like philosophers, scientists, devotees, because they could see, they could take out the essence of all the scriptures. They would not mentally speculating and doing so many nonsense, but they would always deeply focused on the Supreme Lord and the scriptures and bring out the message so that we could be benefited. Their only intention was how could we benefit others. And Ashtavakra wanted to give a lesson to those disciples who were envious of his relationship with Janak Maharaj. And what happened? There was a Ram Katha going on in the palace one time, and all the disciples along with Janak Maharaj were sitting in front of Ashtavakra and hearing the Katha, Lord Ramachandra's pastimes. And by the mystic power of Ashtavakra, he created some fire outside. Fire, big fire going on. All the Sipai, the soldier came, ran. Maharaj, there is a fire in the state. You should stop the Katha and come and take care of this fire. It's an emergency. Janak Maharaj was saying, no, we cannot stop Ram Katha. Let fire go on, it will not do nothing. Just few forests will burn, no problem. We will take care once our Katha is over. And fire was spreading with a big flame, taking over all this acre of land, almost about to come to the residential areas. And then army soldiers again came, ran to the Katha Sthal and says, Maharaj, the fire is getting so wild and is spreading to the residential areas. Now you should stop and then do something. No, I cannot stop Katha. I do not care what's going on outside. We cannot stop in the middle. It's an offense. And slowly, when the fire come very close, all the disciples start running away from the hall. But Janak Maharaj was the only person remained. And then at the end, when the fire was really disturbing, Ashtavakra, by his again mystic power, he put down the fire and talked to his disciple. This is why I love Janak, because he loves Ram. But you guys love yourself and you run away from this room. You love your body more than Lord. So devotees, they love God, not for themselves. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that is why he says, unless one starts hating one's own desire, he cannot even have any devotional things to the Lord. As long as we keep loving ourselves, body, me and mind, Prabhupada says, those who are attached to the money, give up association of those people. It spoils your bhakti. Not help at all. Yosita Sangi Sangam. Attached to money, women. If you are man with woman, if woman is a man, so vice versa. Don't take it otherwise. So sadhus, they are free from all these things. Atma Samyak, their mind is controlled. And they are all the time thinking about God. Why do we offer arati to the Lord? What is the reason? Many times people ask, what is the reason of offering all this arati to the temple? Can anyone give the reason? Out of love? Because we worry about Krishna. We think wellness of Krishna. When Krishna would come killing demons at home, Mother Yashoda would be in great anxiety and fear, and she would smear him whole body with the cow dung, give him bath, and then offer the aratis. And what is the point of offering light? Why would we offer light like this? Why not like this? The great devotees has revealed the meaning of doing so. The light represents soul, you, soul. My Lord, you are my center of my life. I don't have anything other than you. That's the meaning of offering like this. So when you are in extreme level of love, you are always worried about Lord and you always think good for him. Even though the Lord is the one who protecting us and one who providing everything to us, but devotees has that love. That is why in Vaikuntha, in the Goloka Vrindavan Dham, the compassion is not much more important. The prema, the love is more important. All the other acharya, all the other Vaishnava Sampradaya, they only focused on daya, the compassion of the Lord. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in our line, we focused on prema. When there is prema, the compassion is minor, and is less important. In love, you don't care kicking Krishna, you don't care stealing his food, you do not care calling his name, you do not care chastising him sometime. It's out of love. So that is what we need to develop, love of Godhead. Prabhupada is saying every line, love of Godhead, love of Godhead, love of Godhead. It's a Krishna Bhavana Amrit. Antarashtriya Krishna Bhavana Amrit song. That's a Hindi name of ISKCON. So when we chant the name in that state, not to complete the round, 16, when we count the number, then we lose the goal. Because I have to chant my round, because if I do not, then I am failing in my vows. But that is one reason we should count the round and complete 16. But every sound we produce should have some feeling love for God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, sadhana madhyer ei navada bhakti, tar madhye shreshta nama sankirtana. In a devotional service, the 9 devotional processes are the prime out of all the 64 qualities. But among those 9, the most important is what? Nama Sankirtana. And there are 2 meanings of Nama Sankirtana. One, song means what? Together, right? Nama Sankirtana, together, chanting along with the devotees. We go outside, engage other people. And another deeper meaning that our acharyas reveal, what is the meaning of Nam Sankirtan? When you engage your senses, your mind, your ego, your soul together and chant. That is Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtan. All victorious. We are chanting, but our mind is not engaged in it. Our mind is something else. Our senses are something else. Dhyayato Visayan Pumsam Sangaste Supajayate. Chanting the name Hare Krishna, but mind is thinking about, oh, that girl was very beautiful yesterday. I saw. That is not Sankirtan. Sang means together. No, my mind is apart from my soul. My mind is apart from my senses. Though I am not putting all this together. Senses. Ego. When our ego is in Krishna consciousness, what happens? What is the duty of ego? To identify. Like we are identifying as a body now. When our ego is involved in holy name chanting, then ego start thinking, oh, I am Krishna's. That is true ego, not false ego. It identifies yourself with Krishna. I'm Krishna's. Krishna is mine. I belong to God. And when we reach the level of soul, then Nayanam Galada Asrudara, then that happens. Your eyes become full of tears, flow down. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that when will I have that day, then only I will be able to chant your name, my Lord. So from him, we have to understand the teachings. If you study Dante Lila Chaitanya Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is exhibiting all that kind of mad love, and the desperate separation from Radharani. And he would like smash against the wall, and then his whole body, hand, everything would be bleeding at night time because of this intense separation. He was showing that he was Radharani and looking for Krishna, not artificially imitated like Babaji's in Vrindavan. All these Sahajas, they imitate Krishna. Oh yeah, and they dress like ladies, but they have no service attitude. That is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur, whole preaching was best focused on attitude, one's attitude. He would even see Muslims, Christians as Vaishnavas. He has written a book. He would see bigger picture. So he said, never criticize other faith, their worship. They are also trying to please Lord. That is the vision of a bigger Vaishnava. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur main focused on Nama Sankirtana, chanting the holy name of God purely, 64 rounds every day. That Prabhupada once told his disciple, if my Guru Maharaj was here, he would not be here at all because he would be very strict in the chanting. No compromise at all. And Prabhupada is very kind, he's preaching. Attitude, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. What is attitude? Our devotional attitude. What is the attitude behind whatever we do? Is main important. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Suddhanam, without fail, without any ulterior motives. And Srila Prabhupada, go and preach. This balance gives a solid package to deliver. And Prabhupada says in one of his letters, you may not make somebody devotees by your preaching, but do not be discouraged. With your sincere effort of preaching, you will develop, you will progress in spiritual life. You will advance in spiritual life. Why do we preach? We preach with a compassion to deliver other living soul, and other reason is to advance ourselves, to stay away from this material entanglement. We stop here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions, any comment? Did I agitate your consciousness? Please go ahead.
That's such a beautiful class, Prabhu. So fantastic, enlivening. That's all.
We are learning everything. That's why in the beginning I told, hearing Bhagavatam is taking a pill for different element. Yesterday, Kirtaneswar Prabhu was giving some capsule. Day before yesterday, who was giving? Maharaj, Prabhu? Chatkarma Prabhu, he gave another dose. This way we receive, and we never get, okay Prabhu, Ramana Prabhu.
I'm not sure how to articulate my question. You were mentioning, obviously everything happens with Krishna. Not even a blade of grass moves without Krishna. Where does the independence that's given to us come into that? Because sometimes you find people will use that as a excuse for some of their behavior. Like what you started talking about, people start blaming God when something goes wrong, but at the same time you use an example of someone slapping you, that what is the person doing it, but Krishna is behind it. Wouldn't that be where people start using that as an excuse to
oh yes, yeah, that is only devotee can see Krishna's hand. Not everybody can see that. And Prabhupada is explaining in something where I was listening other day that Krishna is a cause of everything, but he is not responsible for what we do. Just like if I commit a crime, The primary cause is myself because of my uncontrolled senses, and then secondary is like Krishna is arranging all these things for me to do, but he is not responsible for what I do, and he let me use my free will. You have a better explanation to complete this question?
No, not a better explanation, just something to say something.
Go ahead.
It says, Upadrasta Nanantascha Bharta Bhakta Maheshvara Paramatmeti Chapyukta Desman Purusha Paraha. He says, I exist as the overseer and the permitter. So
There's a, yes.
we desire, and then, what is it? Man proposes and God disposes. So if we had a desire to do something evil, then Krishna will fulfill that desire. But that doesn't mean we still get the consequence.
He's not responsible for that, fulfilling our bad desire. In Mahabharata it says that Nat tvam naham, neither you nor me is the karta. Kartaram sakshat Prabhu. Naham nat tvam, neither you nor me, that anything we are doing is not you are doing or me I am doing. Because we say we are driven by three modes of material nature, and those material nature is controlled by Krishna, is behind. So he says, Naham Natvam Kartaram Sakshat Prabhu. Madhvacharya said this. And the whole Mahabharata is the same Saranagati Shastra. How Pandavas were taking shelter of Krishna and how Kauravas were not taking, even though Krishna was in front of him. Yeah. So, I am sure I am not answering you very perfectly, but take it.
I was just wondering when someone asked me not how to answer it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wasn't
Oh,
sure
yeah.
how to answer
Yeah,
it.
you
So,
can say that.
That's excellent, both of you. Thank you.
Yes. So, and there is about this, when impersonalists think Krishna is a Brahmajyoti, and in Upanishad, in Sri Upanishad, there is a beautiful verse, Hiranmayana Patrena, oh my Lord, kindly remove your glare, effulgence from the vision of pure devotees, and please manifest your personal beautiful form to the devotees. It is in Upanishad. So devotees have nothing to do with impersonality. They have no interest. And Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, I am the source of that impersonal Brahman. What is the slogan of Brahmanosmi? Brahmanam. Anyway, he says that I am the source of that effulgence light. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Jai.